Echo. This game consists in echoing certain words used by a person who is telling a story. He who conducts the game must relate something ludicrous, and in which certain words shall frequently recur. Stories of monks or soldiers are the most amusing. Take the following of a capuchin, for an example. Each member of the party must assume a name from some part of the monk's dress, etc., as thus. Andrew is the capuchin. Lawrence, the beard. Oliver is the cord. John, the cloak. Frank, the cowl. Laura, the sandal. Clara, the missal. Maria, the rosary. Charlotte, the wallet. Nicholas, who is to tell the story, then begins. Nicholas. Ladies and gentlemen, you must be informed that the game consists in repeating only once what I pronounce twice, and on the contrary, in echoing twice what I say but once. Once upon a time there was a capuchin, Andrew Capuchin, Nicholas, who, for some coarse jokes, the barber of the village cut upon his beard, Lawrence, beard. Nicholas, owed Master Slice my phiz a terrible grudge, for I assure you, spite is no stranger to the heart of a capuchin, Andrew, Capuchin. John, a fine, my merry Andrew, you ought to have echoed capuchin but once. Andrew pays a forfeit. Nicholas, nay, anger is as familiar an inmate to his bosom as his foot is to his sandal. Laura, sandal. John, a fine, Miss Laura. Sandal ought to have been twice echoed. Laura pays. Nicholas. Well, our good man of the rosary, Maria, rosary. Nicholas, having curled, frizzled, and perfumed the aforesaid beard, Lawrence, beard. Nicholas, speaking very quick, girds on his cord, draws on his cloak, tucks up his cowl, hooks on his rosary, pockets his missal, and snatches from the peg a huge cloth wallet. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, is Echo dead? Or has she on a sudden grown too hoarse to speak? Lots of fines! Down with them briskly! People, if not well on the alert, are usually taken in here, because they have always waited to echo the final word, but they should be ready to interrupt Master Nicholas the instant he pronounces the name of their adopted article. Nicholas, off sets my man to the bishop, and he says to his reverence, says he, the barbarous barber, while sharpening his razor, compared me one morning to Nebuchadnezzar, but as I am a good capuchin, Andrew, capuchin. Nicholas, buy my cord, buy my cloak, buy my sandal, I'll make the rope pay for his scandal. He may sneer, he may scowl, but by this good black cowl, and by this blessed rosary, worn by his sister Mary, I'll make him unsay what he said, about cutting my beard from my head. And his own head, so much I'll deride it, he'll wish in my wallet to hide it. He may think himself well off to wear it, if you'll give me my missal, I'll swear it. The fines being collected, the player proceeds. Nicholas, my lord bishop says the man with the beard, I mean the capuchin, look at my cord, may I beat him with it? Let me clap on his neck my sandal or cowl, for what has the old frizzwig to do with my beard? The bishop having heard the complaint of the capuchin, Andrew, capuchin, Nicholas, by way of penance, made the barber drink a quart of his own suds. Only conceive what a triumph was this for the jolly old friar. He threw down his cowl for mere joy, and patted his beard with delight. In short, he could not have been more enraptured if he had carried home a goose in his wallet. Charlotte, wallet. Nicholas, if Elijah had thrown him his mantle, if Francis his cord, or Simon the tanner had sent him a deerskin to make him a sandal, Laura, sandal. Nicholas, off he scampered to church, being wrapped in his cloak. John, cloak. Nicholas, he opened his missal, and over his broad front he drew down his cowl, then soon began telling the beads of his rosary. At that moment the vicar stepped into the pulpit, and fixing his eyes on the capuchin, Andrew, capuchin, a forfeit, Nicholas thus addressed his devout congregation. The barber in penance is doomed to drink suds for comparing to Nebuchadnezzar a friar. Consider the mane of this old capuchin. His beard, his cord, his sandal, his cloak, his cowl, and wallet. This barber, I say, was extremely to blame in comparing our friar to a four-footed creature, to a beast. Fie, 'twas wrong, 'twas extremely ill done, for I'll prove him a compound of many in one, this old capuchin, Andrew, capuchin. Nicholas, Like a goat of the mountain is bearded, I ween. He smells like a polecat, he's frowsy to loathing. He eats like a wolf who is clad in sheep's clothing. He frowns like a dog, has a true monkey's phiz, and goes girded about like an ass as he is. Then I say, my beloved brethren, taking into consideration all these matters, it is but fair to conclude that our old Capuchin with his beard, cowl, cloak, cord, sandal, missal, and rosary is, in fact, a fellow essentially beastly, and so shall remain to the end of the chapter. The reader will readily perceive that much depends on the rapidity with which various parts are repeated. As for the story, people of wit and ingenuity may give to it infinite variety, making the hero a player, a politician, lawyer, physician, old bachelor, etc., etc. Where fines are wanted, this game is excellent, as many must be collected if the conductor is tolerably expert.